No other stream could hear me. Oopsie doopsie. I do not have it set so the stream is supposed to hear me, so I don't know how they can, but I don't. Got one whole concurrent viewer. How you doing, man? Or female, as the case may be. Woman, whatever. How you doing, person? Give it a few more minutes, get people showing up here, and if they don't, I will just draw in front of this one person that is here, so what can you do? Supposed to have Lundy Do on the stream with me, but she is MIA, so I guess I'm flying solo this time. Not a great turnout for the first stream, but it'll be fine. Oh, the song ended. I'll give it 2 more minutes. I don't think anyone else is showing up. So it's probably just going to be me and you, one concurrent viewer, whoever you may be. All right, it's 6:10. I think we're just gonna get started. No matter. I mean, yeah, there's no one here. My co-host was supposed to be here, and she's not here. So it's just me. It's drunk karaoke with Sandra and Jody. Let's think about shot composition. I'm not really looking to do anything fancy, so I'll probably use a lot of cheat codes, if you will, in this drawing. I'm just gonna import some 3D models. Is this cheating? Absolutely, but it's quick. It makes things real easy. Okay. Adjust that a little bit so they don't look so weird standing next to each other. Turn the perspective down. Okay. Let's choose some of our preset poses here. Is this cheating? Absolutely. But I don't have a whole lot of time to dedicate to this, so it's whatever. Which one of these could we turn into a singing pose? That one kind of looks like it could. Nice. Bring that down. Nope. Nah, it's not gonna work. Let's keep. I have absolutely no idea what I have in mind here. That. Oh, that could definitely be a singing. I think we'll give that one to Jody. Actually, over here, and we're gonna mess with this shoulder. Bring that arm up. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Bring the elbow around, turn that into holding a microphone, and she's kind of outstretching her hand like that. Kind of look. There you go. I think actually Jody, we're not going to do full body. We're going to do just like maybe from the waist up, kind of. And we're going to have them switch sides. Sandra will be on the right. I feel like maybe they should be touching or something. Like have arms hooked or something. I don't know. It could be interesting. I think if they're just both standing there, it'd be a little boring. Let's see what other poses we can choose from. Let's see. We got a bunch of adjusting glasses. I don't think we can make anything from those. I don't have any karaoke poses, so I'm gonna have to adjust. That one kind of looks like, hey, here's give it a microphone. No, I don't think so. Gonna have to take a pose and then turn it into a karaoke pose. Let's see here. We got a bunch of fight poses that I never use because there's not a lot of fighting in Problem Child. There's a bunch of poses I don't use. Well, I think there's a bunch of poses I don't think anyone would use. Like, nah, I'm not feeling that one. We're gonna adjust the light source so it's not so dark. There we go. Oh, Sandra doing the Kamehameha? No, not feeling that one. Okay. No Kamehameha this time. Sorry, Sandra. You guys hear me? You probably can. Okay, I just unmuted the stream. You can definitely hear me. You can hear all my vocal fry. That here's some like I think they're supposed to be roller derby. That could actually be kind of kind of fun. They're kind of falling over themselves, maybe. Maybe not. Boom. Now that definitely just looks like roller derby, so we'll go back to what we had. I think we got a winner here with Jody. I don't know if I want to stick with her hands like that. We'll come back to it. Is it like a showreel king? Bunch of superhero poses that are never going to get to be used in Problem Child. That's okay though. Maybe this one could be. She got her arm up like this. Let me take that hand and turn it into a fist. No, she just looks like she kind of hates being up there. And Sandra definitely would not hate drunk karaoke. She'd be all over that shit. At least I like to believe. Let's see here. What else we got? Got some. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, let's see. I think we really got lucky with that other pose with Jody. I don't think we're going to find another one like that. I'm going to keep looking, though. We might have to just make one. Like, something could be made from this, I think. It's not big enough, if that makes sense. Sandra would just be like, she'd be shouting into that microphone. Oh, my dog's bugging me. What do you want, Nelly? I'm busy. I'm talking at this one person who's watching. Why would anybody use some of these? Some of these are... I just went on the store. Not the store, but it's like a database where you can just download a bunch of different preset poses. Nelly, go away. I'm busy. I'll pet you later. And I just downloaded everything because I'm like, I mean, it's better to have stuff I don't need rather than, you know, not have stuff I do need. If that makes sense. Something from this maybe? No, that's... Flip it. No. Nope. Keep looking. Models. That's a good pose, but not for these purposes. Let's see here. Got see that thing we got with Joey with the hand outstretched right there? That's like the quintessential karaoke pose. So I don't know what other pose we could make for Sandra. I'm actually gonna Google karaoke and just see what comes up. See what kind of poses we get. Images. Just a bunch of microphones. Shut the fuck up. I don't have any food for you. Sorry, you already ate your dinner. Let's see. People holding the microphone. That's a given. We got this person kind of looking up into the microphone. We could do something with that, perhaps. We can do something with this drinking. It's supposed to be drinking, but we can turn it into... Flip that, maybe. Flip it, and then give her a... Turn that into a fist. And bring it over and out. So it's... I don't know if I'm feeling that. I don't know. Let's try flipping it in other direction. Well then, they're both kind of facing the same way. Let's try flipping Jody. I kind of dig that. I'm kind of digging it. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with. We might mess with Jody's here a little bit. Bring that shoulder up. And then swing that around. Oh, hold on. There we go. Where is that in relation to her mouth? Let's bring it forward and over a little bit. Sandra's hand's not all the way on her hips, so we're gonna go ahead and move that back and then out. How does that look from the so we're gonna manually go in and attach that hand to her hip, rotate it just a little bit. Gonna zoom in, just make sure everything's looking normal as possible. There we go. We don't want any clipping, so make sure there's no... Yeah, that looks alright. Okie dokie. I don't think... Well, now I'm not so sure. She's pussing out her chest, so let's... We don't need her. She doesn't need that much confidence. Well, now she just looks like she's hating it. But I'm not good at drawing heads up tilted like that, so... Do I draw something I'm not good at drawing? Or... pick a different pose? That's tough. Let's see. I'm gonna look for different poses just for a little bit, and if not, we'll bite the bullet and draw this pose that I'm not... Oh, jeez. I even posted the link in the Patreon, and no one's showing up. These guys are jerks. That's okay. I still love you, one concurrent viewer. Nelly? I told you, I took you out right before I did this so you wouldn't bother me, so I don't know why you're trying to bother me. You already had your dinner. I can't give you more. I'm sorry. You'll be even more spoiled than you already are. Oh, dogs. Mostly just this dog. Most dogs are alright. This dog's a jerk. I'm not seeing very many. Oh, what about this one? Oh, nah, probably not. Yeah, I'm not feeling that one. Maybe, Nelly, we gotta have a talk. I don't have any more food for you. I'm gonna need you to just go in your bed. I know you're so starving, even though you just had dinner. You're very hungry, I'm sure. Okay, pardon my dog. Someone has to. I swear to God, Nelly. I swear to God. You shut up. I don't have any food. No food. I don't have any. You don't get any, okay? Oh boy, okay. Next I'm going to allow people to say I'm bullying my dog and starving her. There you go. She's getting in her bed. We're good. Okay, we're gonna... Let's... Oh, where's that fist relative to her face? It's hard to tell with the depth. Okay, so... I'm gonna turn that fist inward a little bit and bring it out. Turn it inward. Yeah, that looks kind of weird. We're gonna twist it, and then there's no room in her hand for the microphone, so we gotta... There we go. Accidentally made it do both hands. We just want the one hand. Is there enough room for a microphone? She needs to back that hand up a little. Oh, this thing's so picky. You back that hand up a little bit. I think that's okay. All right. Excuse me. Okay. I'm going to bring Sandra's hand up a little bit. Swing that elbow around. I'm not sure about Jody's hand here. Is that what people... Oh, let me strike a karaoke pose. Does my hand naturally do that? Not really. It's kind of a... Oh, my co-host just got to me, so she is not doing it tonight. That's okay. I gave her really short notice. What hand? I guess my hand kind of does that. Karaoke pose. It's more of a... These aren't bent. Or at least when I do it, these fingers aren't bent. And that doesn't look nearly as dynamic. Maybe these is stressed out. There you go. So there's more of a gradient to the height of each hand. Does that make sense? That looks messed up from that angle, but from this angle it looks kind of okay. Let's fix that a little bit. Now we need that thumb out. We might even maybe. I think it was better how it was. Okay, you know, we're just gonna go with that hand even if it doesn't look perfect. That's the one we're going with. Okay. There's a fly in my room and I'm gonna kill it. Okay. Let's lay down some lines with the pen. Finally, we're getting into the drawing part, if you can believe it, after what? Ooh. 29 minutes. I was looking for the... whatever. Okay. I'm going to draw a head shape. Very rough. Since this is... we're going for speed more than finesse here. What I usually do for art like that is I will just take the character out of a scene from an existing episode and plop their head right on the body that we're drawing. Save some time, and I'll just change the facial expression and any details. I do that pretty often, actually. Well, I mean, no one's noticed, so it's clearly pretty effective. I cut a lot of corners, but I would not be able to have the update schedule I have if I did not cut as many corners as I possibly could. I've been called a work-for-hire hack. But, that's just how it's got to be, man. I could draw everything from scratch, but I mean, you get one update every week or something like that. Maybe two a week tops. That just makes things easier. We don't need anything fancy for the microphone. When we go over with the inking, we'll look much more fancy. And they probably do karaoke. I haven't done karaoke in so long. Do they have microphone cables? Or do they have wireless microphones nowadays? I guess it would depend. And they probably come down to more of a cone shape. And then with wire physics. Gotta love the wire physics. We'll just do something rough here. There's nothing super fancy. And just have them go off screen right there so we don't have to worry too much. I feel like I should put on some music, but I think all the music I have is licensed, other than that Cosmic Girl song I was playing earlier. That was the Cosmic Girl theme song. To the uninitiated. I shouldn't be messing with the microphone. I said I'd do that later. Alright. And trace around the bosom. And around the hips. Get that kind of crotch region. I don't know what you call that. The pelvis. Probably the pelvis. Okay. Get around. Get those fingers. You always got to be very careful to segment the fingers. They're made of 3 joints. So if you don't draw each individual joint, they're gonna look like noodles. Which I'm pretty good at doing. It takes me a while though, so sometimes I'm in a hurry and I just want to get the hands done. So sometimes the fingers look good in Problem Child and sometimes they look like noodles. It really depends on how much time I want to spend on them. If I don't feel like they're terribly important to the scene and I just need to get the scene done, then they're gonna have some noodle fingers. And that's just gonna have to be okay. Nothing wrong with noodle fingers. I think as long as if you can tell what the drawing is representing, no harm done. Get some depth in there with the elbow. Put the collarbone. Is that everything? With the nose. Is that a complete body shape? That's good enough to work off of. Okay, let's get to Jody. Basic head shape. It'll be Frankensteined onto. It'll just be a piece from the comic itself, Frankenstein, onto the body, so we don't have to put too much detail into the head there. She's got some pronounced collarbone there. Can I eat noodle fingers? Only if you boil them first. You gotta boil. I mean, if you like the crunch, I suppose. I'm not a big fan of eating dry noodles. But I'm not going to judge someone just because they prefer their noodles. I judge them for much worse things. Okay. Knuckles are always kind of annoying because you got to get the depth in there. Doesn't even show up on the 3D model very well, so you have to do some guessing. You'd think the 3D model should be doing most of the work for me in anatomy-wise, but no, sometimes I still have to make some assumptions, because 3D models, they don't like, the lighting is kind of weird with these things. Go around Jody's ample bosom, everybody's favorite. It's good enough to give me an idea of where those things are supposed to be. Her armpit. You gotta do some. Her arm's gonna look short, so you gotta have the lines come from the inside a little bit. Get the perspective. It kind of looks like on the model. It looks like all one thing, but it's not gonna come through on the drawing. So you have to get the lines in there. Since the thing that's supposed to, this part is ahead of this part, so this part overlaps this part slightly. And then this part overlaps this part slightly, so we gotta have that go in and then come across here and connect there. All the girls, take out that line on the neck. I don't know what you call that, but I always put that on girls, so I'll go ahead and add that in Sandra too. Unga bunga. Okay. Go around. Who's got bigger hips in these 3D models? Is it Jody or Sandra? I think Jody's kind of they look kind of funny. I might have to smooth those out, but smooth those out in the drawing, that is. She's kind of wavy. That's kind of weird. But it's So I will smooth that out. That looks kind of weird, doesn't it? How am I gonna smooth? Let's get some perspective there. Just not too much. Not too much smoothing out. It's gonna look weird. Get the pelvis area and this problem child of a hand here. Palms. Honestly, sometimes I regret making Sandra as fit as she, as she is. I just feel like it's not super believable. I just wasn't very good at drawing thick characters and making it look good back then. Gotten a lot more practice in that since then. I feel like I could do it now, but can't go back on that. She's gotta be, but like, I don't think that's what Sandra would have. Let's clean this up a bit. Bring in the eraser. Gotta make room for that microphone. Get that, the stem, what do you call, I don't know parts of microphones. I know nothing about audio equipment. I'm an artist. I didn't even know there was good music till I was like 17. I grew up in a religious household and I was forced to listen to Christian rock music. And I didn't want to do that, so I just didn't listen to much music. I imagine microphones would probably be coming from the same source. So we'll have that microphone come in and they're both kind of headed for the same source there. Are those that's stem, the handle, microphone handle, I guess. It's a lot thicker. Let's mess with that a bit. What? Hold on. What's the hardness on this eraser? I need brush density all the way up. Not going anything fancy with this eraser here. Okay, so we're gonna erase that, make it much bigger. There we go. Is that closer to Sandra's? That's close enough. Okay. We'll call that good. I'll clean it up with the line art. Okie dokie. Let's get rid of those 3D models so nobody knows I cheated. Turn those line arts blue. Next, what I'm gonna do to save time, and because I'm a dirty, filthy cheater, we're gonna go look for an older episode. I don't know if this window pops up for you, but I'm looking through my old episodes right now. We're gonna look for one with Jody in it. Hold on, I need to see what's her. She's like a three-quarters angle. If you can't see right now, I'm looking through Problem Child episodes. Let's look for Jody at 3/4. I think she was at 3/4 in episode 324. She was at 3/4 facing the other way, but not that way. Let's see, 326. That's not right. It was what was it? What was that episode? So when she was in the bedroom with Dylan and Daisy, and she's like, "Oh, there's anime porn." There you go. I think I found it. Oh, she's still kind of facing the front in that one. So what about 319? That's not the right one. 318. That's the one. 3/4 from. This is. Why don't I have any 3/4 facing the left for Jody? Let's see. I think she was talking to Tony in one episode, and she was facing that way. Let's see. It's got to be 351. Okay. Oh, she's facing all the way. Oh, this is so hard. You know what? We're just gonna wing it. I'm gonna open this episode. I'm going to remove her head from her body. I'm going to remove all expression. She's not facing quite the right way, but I don't have time or patience or inclination to make a whole new head for her at the moment. Mostly that time part. I honestly should be working on Problem Child right now, but you know, I gotta take a break and draw some stupid shit every once in a while, you know. Okay, get rid of all those clothes. I think those. Yeah, okay. So she's gonna have the microphone right there, but she's gonna have her head facing forward. We'll make it work. It'll be fine. I have no idea what these ladies are going to be wearing. I'm absolutely bumbling with women's fashion, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Alright, these are vector layers, which vector layers is like the secret weapon of Clip Studio Paint, the software I'm using. So I'm going to go to the Thicken Line tool, and we're going to thicken those lines a little bit. See that? Make it thicker. There you go. It looks pretty thick now, but when you're zoomed out, it'll look better. Her hair strands are a bit too thick for my taste, so we go to the Selection tool, and we're going to take the brush size down to, let's say, 4 pixels. I'm going to adjust those eyelashes. Those are a bit too thick for my tastes. I'm going to bring those down to 4 pixels as well. Same with her wrinkles here. Bring those down a few sizes. See, the thing is with Clip Studio, when you're using vector layers, you're not... The raster layer, it's just normal pixels like normal, but with vector layers, you're actually drawing with mathematical coordinates, which sounds fancy, but essentially all it is the computer assigns little dots, and you have the lines follow these dots. So if you take the dot, it'll bend like that. Or you can click the dot with your selection tool and go to switch corner, and it'll make it a sharp corner. It's pretty nifty, and it saves me a whole bunch of time when making Problem Child. So, oh hey, we got a third viewer like 5 minutes ago. How you doing? Oh, a fourth one just joined in. We're on fire. Math with the problem, man. That's right. I'm pretty sure I know the Pythagorean theorem, maybe. Okay, so what we're doing, just to save time, is we're taking Sandra's... We're going to go find Sandra in an old episode and remove her head and put it on the body of this Sandra, just because it's faster than drawing a new Sandra. We have poor Oliver here. That is a mess of things behind her. That's going to be kind of a pain to... Well, hold on. She is mostly turned here, so... That one might be our best bet. I'm thinking so. So, we're just going to have to carve her head out of that mess of background elements. Take her head off. All of these. Time consuming, but all of the other, I mean, it'd be a lot longer if I had to select everything individually. Oh, still a lot left over. Also, this is a lot cleaner. It's a lot easier to guarantee that you have not missed anything like this. If you just had to scrub it all out with just like an eraser tool, ooh, that'd be a nightmare. Couldn't do it. Oh no, I accidentally selected something we need to keep. Thing is, once you select something, you can't... Jupiter offices all over the world, man. I think if he's setting up offices in Burlington, Vermont, he's probably got offices in places that matter too. We're going to get rid of all expression on Sandra's face and redraw the expression that fits the composition. Murdoch is he's been overseas for the military. His family came from Cuba, but as far as he didn't go on an odyssey himself or anything like that. Let's see here. Oh, sent some outfit. Where? When are we making that Problem Child Cards Against Humanity deck? Whenever, I guess. As you can see, there's a discrepancy between the line thickness, so we're going to go to the correct line tool and bump that thickness up. Also, her eyes are a little sleepy looking. She'd be jazzed as hell doing that karaoke, so we're going to mess with these control points here. Oh, another thing is if there's a lot of things, it's hard to make it all look good. Like not good, but like smooth. So if I go here and do my very best to make these look nice, you gotta there's a lot of things to keep track of. So we're gonna undo all that. Thing is, we got the simplify vector line tool. This is great. You got over here on the simplify, you got a bunch of different settings. I usually like to keep it on just the second setting. You highlight that, and now let's check and now you've only got it cuts down the amount of control points that you have to deal with. And you can also manually delete them as well. So, would she even have her eyes open? Maybe she'd have them closed. I'm thinking she'd actually have them closed. So this whole lesson was irrelevant. Stream is canceled. You guys can go home now. I'm already at home, so I'll stay here. Alright, well, I'll come back to that. The lines on her face are a little thick, so we'll bring those down. Yeah, it does probably depend on the song. I imagine they're singing, like, Don't Stop Me Now by Queen or something like that. Something like, just like a cliche karaoke song. My karaoke secret weapon is actually Take On Me by Aha. I can hit all the notes. You didn't need to know that, but I told you anyway. Lundy Doo sent me some outfit recommendations. Let me bring those up real quick. I don't think you can see that window, so you will just have to imagine. As Facebook takes 14 million years to load. Ooh, what we got here? Okay. All I see is very tiny thumbnails because Facebook takes 4 million years to load. Well, now it's just not doing anything. Oh boy, okay. We'll put a pin in that. We're not quite to the outfits yet anyway, so. Sandra's actually super into country music. Oh boy. Oh, that's rough, man. Sandra singing Stan. That's tough. Nellie's staring me down like she's about to bark, so if you hear a dog bark, I apologize in advance. She doesn't seem to realize that she already had her dinner and you can't have more food. You can't have more food. You ate your dinner. That's all you get for the whole night. Okay, she's going to her bed. She gets the idea. Oh, no, she's not going to her bed. She's staring me down some more, so I have to tell her, no, you can't have more food. No, you can't have more food. She'll get the idea eventually. There we go. Okay, cool. She's going to her bed. she, I think she can read what you're saying there, Lundy, because every time it looks like she's going into her bed, she's not going to her bed. Okay, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna bring it down to her shoulder. It actually is. Nellie treats me as an equal rather than the one in charge, and she thinks all my commands or wishes or whatever are negotiable. It's like I said in the Q&A. She's old as hell, but she's going to live forever just to spite me. I'm going to rotate that. I think Jody will have her eyes open because she's just having a good time. But she's going to have her eyes closed because she's expressing some demons here. I'm going to keep the old eyes there. How's clip? It's not actually vectors. They call it vectors, but it's not actually vectors. It's just a way to make drawing more convenient. Okay, now we got those placed in the right place. The old eyes can go. We're going to get rid of those. We'll place them later. So in Clip Studio, they're only vectors until you're done drawing, if that makes sense. What kind of drunk is Joe? That's a good question. I think she's a handsy drunk. She's a flirty drunk. She wakes up with like 80 different phone numbers that she does not remember getting. So like the pen tool, it's not a traditional like pen tool like you think for Photoshop with the Bezier curve. I could not use that thing. It's just a normal pen. It's like a normal brush tool that you would you get anywhere on any kind of art program. There's not enough demons in this facial expression. Let's try. Oh, that helped. I don't know. I'm not feeling the demons. I'm not feeling the emotion with this facial expression here. I'm gonna check back on Facebook, see if it wants to not be a little bitch this time. We're just gonna actually open Messenger, which I don't think anybody's done since like 2008. But it might just be what we have to do to get to these pictures that was sent to me. Oh, okay, there we go. Those are actually kind of fresh. It's not letting me click on them, but I can see them bigger in Messenger, so that's good. She listened to people. She's like that picture where it's like, calm down, see feet. She didn't get that it's a fetish. She's just like, why are you guys trying to see my feet? You guys are so weird. Haha. She's too pure for that. I'm just gonna start fresh with this facial expression here, because mostly with the mouth, because I'm not feeling the emotion. I'm gonna go off model slightly and shrink her nose to make more room for the mouth. We gotta auto save real quick. Another great thing, Clip Studio has auto save, which is super useful. Took us 3 days to make that potato salad. 3 days. Also, with vector lines, there's a tool where you got 2 separate vector lines here. Boom, now they're 1. They look a little rough. You go to the simplify. Boom. That doesn't work because it didn't for some reason. You can just go in manually and clean it up. These vectors make drawing so easy, I swear. We want her to see the show those bottom to show that she's just like wailing. She's all like, "Burn it to the sky, yeah." I want to change my ProChi wallpapers for more ProChi wallpaper. I pronounce problem child 2 different ways there. I think there's probably apps you can download that let you have a slideshow wallpaper. Sandra good at anything in the kitchen. I think it's B grade canon that she enjoyed baking pastries and sweets back before she became a mess again after Amber was born. And she was really bad at it, but Amber still ate it every time and said it was delicious. That's B grade canon. We get that little fold on the mouth to show that she's straining here. Maybe even, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Have her lips kind of overtake the. I kind of like how that looks. Oh, also there's the vector eraser, which is super useful. Let me show you how this works. See, we have a line. Take the vector eraser, boom. You just tap once, it's gone. Or, yeah, I have it set so so if there's 2 lines in across, you do it, and it just goes to the intersection. Which a great thing about that, because let's say you have a strand of hair that's really sharp. So I'm gonna draw the strand of hair like that. If you do it like that and you erase that, it looks like real pointed. I don't know how else you get that effect, but that's one way. That's how I do it. There's probably ways you can do that without having to erase things, but it looks good. Looks real good. I feel like Sandra would sing "Hey There, Delilah" and break down. Oh, that's rough, dude. She is from New York. She was born in New York. Everybody in Problem Child is from New York because that's where people are. People aren't in Vermont where the story takes place. Ooh. Let's finish Sandra and then we'll move on to Jody's a lot easier because she's having a good time. Having a good time. Amber with a New York accent. Hold on. Has anybody come by? I was supposed to go out with the guy from class, but I haven't heard from him. I don't know if that was New York accent. Whatever. Shut up. So, it's the New York accent. What's it John Bernthal has? On the Punisher. Hard-boiled detective. Yeah. I feel like the only detective, like Detective Liam Stanley, I cannot see him with a New York accent, and it's really a tragedy. I should have had lots more ain'ts and ing words that end with apostrophes instead of the G. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's move on to Jody's face because I'm putting off the outfits. Outfits are hard, even if I have these sweet references. Which thank you, Lundy, by the way. They're still outfits are still horrible. Okay, what kind of we're gonna get rid of those wrinkles. We'll redraw them later. Winky face Jody. We probably could get away with winky face Jody. Let's keep I always keep the eye there just so I can make sure I don't screw up the placement of the eye relative to where it used to be. Give her some nice happy eyebrows. I don't know. We don't know what's going on with Jody. Maybe she's expressing some demons here too. You never know. They're singing "Hurt." Hurt myself. That's the face that's making. And Jody's just like, I hurt myself today. Oh, absolutely. I think Sandra would just tear it up singing "Everybody" or whatever that song's called. Backstreet's Back. I think it's called "Everybody." There we go. Happy faces, if you can believe it, are a lot harder for me to get right than frowns and angry faces. I know that's hard to believe coming from me, but that's the case. I mean, see, I don't. To me, this doesn't look right. It might look completely. Her nose is a little thick. I'm gonna bring down the line weight on that, and we're gonna bring it up. Oh, they're definitely singing the Barbie song. You have a place where you mostly just the Problem Child Extra Instagram account. I post them there. I don't really have a place I post them. I've been trying to post them on the extra character art page of the website, but I forget most of the time. So it's usually a few behind. Yeah, depression artists can't draw smiles. Excuse me. I don't know. I drew happy characters all the time before Problem Child, and now that I've drawn Problem Child, I'm just like, well, what's the point of them being happy? There's no interest. There's no intrigue in that. It's not an interesting story if people are happy. So apparently, Problem Child has ruined me as a writer, and I can't draw anything. I can't write anything but super depressing, horrible stories now. So, the Key to the Sky reboot's going to be pretty interesting. Because everyone's just going to be all depressed now. These guys are on different layers, so we're going to go ahead and put those on the same layer. That's right, destructive editing. We're going to give some kind of indication. Because she's still got to have those sleepy eyes. Are they even sleepy eyes? Or is she wearing makeup? I never decided myself. Could be either. Could be both. Could be neither. They're wearing... I don't know what that word... Kigus? Kigus? I don't know what that word is. Is that one of the pictures you sent me? Is one of those a kigu? A kigus? The tie headband thing. Like a tie around her head? Like a... I need to Google what this kigurumi thing is. Hold on. Oh. Oh lordy. I don't even know how I'd begin. That's just a lot of fabric physics I'd have to draw, and I can draw fabric physics, but like I'm not putting in that much effort for this picture. This is supposed to be a fun thing. I've already spent an hour and 8 minutes on this thing. I allocated 2 hours to work on this, so I gotta. This is how far we are after an hour. So I gotta get my head in the game here. Okay, so which are these? I think I have to decide who's wearing what now. I think Sandra would wear like this kind of grungy business casual looking thing with the necklace. I might modify that a little bit. So, what's the neckline? So, for some reason, I feel really weird about giving like, making my female characters wear clothes with cleavage. I'm not even sure why, because most of them are like hot, busty ladies anyway. But I'm like, every time I have to show cleavage, I'm just like, okay, I guess I can. It's a little weird, but all right. It's funny because the original artist who did the original design for, or like Amber's current design, Artsy Omni, he had Amber, and she was like, he made her have like really big boobs and with cleavage. I'm like, you did great work. I'm very happy with this. What's this all about, though, buddy? Can we talk about this? Of course, I didn't have the courage to do that. I paid that guy like over $1,000 for all the art that he did, and I just wanted to get it over with. To be honest, that was a painful experience spending that much money on art that I could have been doing by myself, man. I tell you. I need to look at that reference again. AU or their office buddies blowing off steam. You know, I could see Sandra being like a character from The Office or something like that, or something similar, where she's just like the grumpy secretary. I played with the idea of Tony giving Sandra a job early on, but that's clearly not going to work out. I swear, this dog is vaguely football shaped, and I'm gonna test how aerodynamic she is if she doesn't shut up. She got that jacket. We're gonna smooth out those control points. Bring that down. Bring that down. I think clothing wrinkles is like not the hardest, but like the thing that took longest to get down when drawing. I'm still not that good at them, but it took me a long time to even like begin attempting to get good at them, just because Scott as Michael, yeah. Maybe we should be doing that. I should just be doing, instead of drunk karaoke, just have friggin' just take a scene from The Office and replace it with Problem Child characters, because that sounds like a whole lot of fun. Maybe we'll do that next week. I will fabricate an answer in the request. I'll submit one myself and say Office Problem Child as The Office, and I will choose the one that I submit, because I don't believe in democracy, at least when it comes to my own work. Oh no, okay. Gonna simplify that vector. Well, you don't look very simplified. Oh, well, I mean, yeah. So if you want to go ahead and submit it first, at least I can call that it's more honest than if I submitted it. It's still not entirely honest, but I mean that's enough to clear my conscience if you go ahead and submit that. Bring it down. She got a little. Brian, democracy is optional. I wouldn't even go that far. I'd say democracy is you're lucky if you get it. Nellie, we're gonna have a talk, young lady. You don't have to go potty. I know you don't, because I took you out before I did this so you wouldn't bother me. Yet here you are, bothering me. You can't have more food. I promise you, you will live. This dog, I swear. Oh no. I made these hands too noodly. I was probably thinking, oh, I'll figure it out when I get to the line art. And then now line art me is like, man, I sure do hope I did enough of the work with the sketches. Line art me and sketch me are always at odds. They fucking hate each other, dude. Both of them are just like neither of them ever want to do work. So they leave work for the other one to do. And they can never agree who should get what work. And I'm the one that has to suffer. Okay. That looks good enough. I mean, I'm not trying to make a masterpiece here. This is the fun little drawing. So if things don't look perfect, I'm not going to lose any sleep. I get the booby line there. Gotta get some curve and then kind of bunches at the bottom like that. Clothing typically does bunch up at the bottom. That's just how it do. Oh, I'm so oh, it's weird that she's got cleavage. I'm like, doesn't look right. I feel like I'm not. This shouldn't be, but we'll keep it. I checked and I'm like pretty sure, not counting moments where Sandra's like in her underwear or whatever. There's only been like one instance of a character showing cleavage, and it was Olivia when she was on her date with Ricky at the end of volume 3. And I remember even then feeling really weird about it. Why is her arm? Is that just? Is that? Did I? Is that just? I think I forgot to draw that part of her arm. Oh, let me get rid. No, I made her forearm bone bent. Because I am the powerful author / artist. I'm good at the draw. Obviously. And I can make... I imagine Sandra does have many medical problems. Why am I moving? It's supposed to be in front of her hair, so what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that because her hair is causing issues. And we're going to draw this on a separate layer and then just bring them together. Sandra has many medical issues. Problem ER, yes. And one of them is clearly a broken forearm, so now we're going to turn that blue, and we're going to delete all the bits we don't want because her hair is supposed to be behind her hand. I swear to God, Nellie, I'm not going to have a dog if you keep that up. Okay. Good enough for our purposes. We'll merge those layers. Forget the detail on the hand here. This weird little microphone stand. For a TIPPS, hold on, I need to Google what that is, and I will give you your answer. Telemedicine instrumentation pack. I don't think that's what you meant. I will go ahead and let you explain that in the chat because there was many definitions for that. Thank you for going to bed, Nellie. Tell Tippy to get his butt back in the server. We need more shit posters that are actually good at shit posting. The Breadman is not a good shit poster. Feel free to tell him I said that. I don't care. I don't think that's how that's supposed to go. Okay. I got that like netted pattern on a microphone, right? I don't know if I'm doing it right. But it's good enough for our purposes. Oh, let's see. Gonna make that. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna simplify the vector line, and we're gonna connect that. Gonna add some details there. Man, this is taking way too long for what it is. But we're almost done. That I'm actually pretty happy with how that looks right there, actually. So maybe this wasn't a loss. Transjugular intraheptic portosystemic shunt procedure that may reduce portal hypertension and into the liver vein. What's it do? Is it like a cure for the to alleviate symptoms, or is that a solution to the? Yeah, that does sound pretty metal. Drain. Oh, so is it like when they just drain the fluid? I should have chosen low latency because there's too long between me seeing the chat and then me commenting on it and then you guys hearing my comments. It takes too long. So I will choose low latency next time. I mean, I thought I was under the impression that if you didn't get the drainage, you would explode or something. Not actually explode, but like, oh, she will be back later. All right, see you later then. I was under the impression if you didn't get that drain, you'd like have serious medical issues. So clearly I'm uninformed on the topic. Now I'm just adding detail like I don't have something else to be doing. So we're gonna call that good. That actually I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Santa has exploded in many different meanings of the word. There was a 4th of July where she got a little ambitious. That's all I'll say about that. I'm trying to imagine like Sandra being a pyromaniac, like liking blowing stuff up, but I just can't see it for some reason. So maybe she doesn't actually like Independence Day in the United States. I think more. The guy has no arm, has lived through. That's probably true. He did see combat in Desert Storm. So he's seen some shit. Okay. I have no idea what Jody will be wearing. Let's take a look back. We got okay. Use that one for Sandra. So maybe like this half dress looking thing. I don't know. I've never drawn anything an outfit like that, so I don't know if it'll look any good. But we'll try it because it looks pretty cute, and it might look good on Jody. Oh, I hate drawing microphones. I should have just drawn like a ball and just left it like that. C'est la vie. Bring that way down. That is off. There we go. Her hand looks kind of fucked up, but I'm gonna zoom out. Can you immediately? No, I think that looks passable from far away. That's not a great attitude to be having, but how long have I been doing this? I've been doing this 2 hours 24 minutes. I gotta get back to working on actual Problem Child, so I can't spend too long on this. It looks weird. I feel like there should be a thumb there, so I will add a thumb, even though it is probably hidden just from where it was. I'm actually really happy with how Sandra looks. She's looking snazzy. I feel like that sleeve is longer than this sleeve, or vice versa, but it's whatever. Cute Jody is better than Problem Child. Are you saying Cute Jody should be the sequel series? Because I'm not opposed to this. She's got a pretty pronounced collarbone there. I'm gonna go grab that and just... Facebook won't let me copy the photo, so we're gonna go to the snipping tool and do what's called a pro gamer move. I'm gonna bring that outfit in here. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we're gonna try it. It's her doing a big baking contest for Twitch. Is she hosting the contest or is she participating in the contest? I feel like that might be important. Nelly, I'm gonna need you to shut your trap, young lady. So okay, it's kind of a wide neckline there. Can you guys hear that? She's just sitting in her bed. Like, it's not even really a growl. I don't know what you'd call that. This dog's ridiculous. I'll leave Nelly alone when she leaves me alone. Because, goddamn. Do you hear her? She sounds like a malfunctioning motorboat. Joey's got this. She's just hungry again. She already had her dinner, and she knows that her dinner is the last meal of the day. I made the mistake of, I went to Subway the other day, and I got her a piece of chicken just by itself to make up for the fact that that I'd left her alone. She did not like to be left alone. So I got her the piece of chicken so she wouldn't, like, oh, you left me alone, but at least you got me this treat. And now I think I just raised the bar too much. All of her other food is just not yummy enough. She refuses. She turns her nose up at all of it. I mean, it is kind of my fault, but also she needs to have more realistic expectations. She needs to know the difference between a treat and a meal. Yeah, I might have to buy her Red Lobster. I think that's where this is heading. Just, I mean, based on fucking where this is all going. It's funny, I did all this work with the perspective, and then I kind of ruined it with the dress here. So whoopsie doopsie, I guess. Does that look like her? She's got a short arm. It's, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. We'll go with that. It kind of looks like she's breaking her thumb. I don't have time to fix this stuff, so she will have a broken thumb. Can we get an F in the chat for Jody's thumb? Thankfully, Nelly finally shut up. Okay. Thing about perspective is that things need to overlap to let you know that they're in front of things. I explained this earlier, but this part of her arm is in front of this part of her arm. So these lines need to overlap in front of the last part. So it's clear that her arm is overlapping itself in such a fashion. I have no idea about that. Looks kind of weird. Like, is that so? It's kind of right under her boobs, but not quite. Like her boobs are right here, so it goes down a little bit. So where would that be on? It kind of poofs out. Maybe I'll just draw it differently, and she won't have it won't poof out like that. It'll just be like a normal dress kind of. Let's wing it. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, just women's fashion makes no sense to me. Like it's sometimes coming up with what a woman will be wearing in a scene will add like an extra half hour of work. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, I'm not even exaggerating either. It's you can only get away with having like jeans and a t-shirt so often, because if everyone starts wearing that, everyone's going to point out, and you will be outed as a fraud who does not know women's fashion. And I don't think there's a fate worse than that, not even death. So, oh lordy, dress physics goes like this. So there's it's kind of, what do you call that? Ripply, not ripply. What do you call that? Foldy. You know what I'm talking about. There's a word for that. It's not coming to me, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that in a timely. It kind of you got wrinkles coming. Shirt wrinkles and folds. I can do them. They're just time consuming as hell, so I avoid doing them whenever I can. Cause goddamn. Just cheat. I cheat everywhere I can, honestly. You weren't here for the beginning, but I cheated so much. I mean, I'm gonna lose all of my artistic credibility, but that's fine. People like the story. Ain't nobody good. Art's not even good enough for people to come here just for the art. If anything, I've heard people say, "Oh, I came for the art," or I thought the art was going to be cute, and then I was disappointed by how heartbreaking the story was. I'm not super happy with her dress here, but I think we might have. You know, that actually looks a lot better if I just took out that line. That just looks like a long dress. So I will have her just wearing some tights or something underneath. We'll call that good. Now I'm just gonna use. I'm gonna cheap out and use just a really thick continuous line for the microphone cable. I'm not gonna actually draw it because I've been doing this for an hour and a half, and I gotta cut corners where I can, man. Oh, that looks a little weird. We'll take it back. Okay, we'll get rid of the line art. we satisfied with this? I think so. I think also it's kind of funny how we got volume 4 hair. Jody doesn't get this hair till volume 4. We have volume 1 Sandra hair. So this is clearly a time paradox going on around here. There's a lot of delay, so I don't know what you're saying no to. It was something I said like 20 seconds ago. I've been blabbering on a lot. Do light face paint. Maybe glow in the dark face paint. Okay, let's get coloring. And would you believe it, I also cheat with coloring too. So I have just everybody's colors here in a palette. That's not supposed to happen. Okay. Another great thing about Clip Studio Paint, it has the Paint Unfilled Area tool. So if you find things like that, you just click and it fills those areas in. I feel like they'd both be putting stars on each other's face. Well, I did not notice that overdrawn line. I'm going to clean up these lines here. I should have done that earlier. You know what? I'm actually not going to do that because I didn't notice it before, so it's clearly not that visible. We'll be all right. Sandra would do. I never understood the purpose of that. What's the purpose of the charcoal? I do that. Yeah, I kind of do. I'm putting a little more work into this than I normally would with a normal panel, but the same general process is the same. And it is hell. Drawing is by far my least favorite part. I do like drawing. I mean, I'd be just a conventional writer if I didn't like drawing, but hoo boy. Sometimes drawing for Problem Child is just the worst. I don't miss my Ritalin, but sometimes I miss my Ritalin. Just because it made working on Problem Child really easy. I didn't know Paradise was such a jock. I was gonna say if that was intimidation, I mean, like lines in the eye, it's not that intimidating. I feel like there's other things you could do for intimidation. Also with Problem Child, the whites in their eyes are not all the way white, and the blacks in their eyes are not all the way black. I had a reason why I started doing it that way. I don't remember what it was, but this is the way it is now. So, if we have not started our own Problem Child Football League, Paradise, let's get on that. I hear they're looking for teams in the XFL. Here we go, and we got the tongue. I don't know what color microphones are supposed to be, so I'm just going to use a dark gray for that one. It's almost a black. Then like a silver. I'm built like a linebacker actually, so that might be a better choice. I actually don't know if I'm built like a linebacker. I don't know what linebackers are built like. I heard somebody say that one time though, so I just adopted the phrase. Oh no. I mean, that's only fair. I have to cough really bad. Just give me one moment. I'll be right back. Crying break. That'll be our gimmick for the team because we are the Problem Child crybabies. I don't know what color this dress is gonna be. I think the original dress was blue, so we'll just go. We'll pick a nice blue from our palette. That's kind of purplish. So we'll go with this blue or this. This blue right here is Ricky's hair. So let's not go with that one. This is the blue that was used for Amber's original notebook. So we got Amber's notebook blue for Jody's dress. What the, oh, I didn't close that all the way. Everyone talks shit on the bucket tool. I fucking would die without the bucket tool. Bucket tool is so good. What's she singing? I imagine she's singing like they're singing like a cliche karaoke song, like "Don't Stop Believin'" or "Don't Stop Me Now" or something with the word "don't" in the title, because those are popular with karaoke, I suppose. I feel like there should be a line here, so we're gonna add a line, see how that looks. You know what? I don't like it, so that line, we'll leave that out. The love theme. Start singing in Hebrew. Oh, Metal Gear Solid 3, okay. Where is this line coming from here? Oh, you're connected. We're gonna go that. We're gonna cut that line and delete that. Ba-doom. All right. Sandra's hair is always fun. Let me grab my. I started using my like mouse instead of my. The sound is so slow. What does that mean? Am I coming through? Not. Let me unmute the stream. It's coming through just fine for me. What's it sound like? Am I like stuttering? Delayed. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's I could have messed with the settings a bit more with I thought it would be fine, but it was a lot worse than I thought it would be. Oh, it's quiet. Low. So low. Oh, that was my fault. I misread it. I don't know how I can fix that. Hold on. No, my mic volume's all the way up. So I don't think there's any way I can fix that. I apologize. Yell. Ah. There you go. I yelled just for you, Paradise. You guys do need to play Minecraft. Why aren't you playing Minecraft right now? Why are you watching this stupid stream of me drawing two middle-aged women singing drunk karaoke? Here we go. Make sure I didn't get the is that it looks fine, so we'll fill that in, and then we'll take off some to fill in with blue. I mean black, because she's got black hair, obviously. Don't be stupid. Looks fine. Looks fine. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. I've already spent way more time on this than I probably should have, so I should wrap this up. You should play some copyrighted music. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Let's go to. Are there any odd foods you'd imagine the ProChi cast would like? That's a good question. Let me think. B-grade Cannon, one of Daisy's favorite snacks is eating frozen corn from the bag. I think that's pretty strange. Let me see. Let me go to my music folder. See what kind of copyrighted music I got going on here. What's the lamest copyrighted song I have? Most of these, I haven't touched the music on my computer in a long time, so most of these songs are from like 2011 at the latest. So let's see what we've got here. Yeah, potential. Oh my god, the theme song for Ashita no Joe, that anime from the 1970s. Let's do it. That was loud, so sorry. I'm gonna unmute my stream so I can listen to it too.
バッグに浮かんで消える憎い
There we go.
畜生の顔めがけ叩け叩け叩けおいらにゃ獣の血が騒ぐ
Okay, that's enough of that. I don't actually know if I can get in trouble. I don't know what copyright bots are listening for 1970s anime songs, but you never know, man. The Gestapo are watching. Okay. I gotta mute that stream. I was listening to myself and I got lost in the sultry sounds of my own voice. Japan's being, yeah, they're worried about other things. I saw a video of some guy like singing or dancing or something in the typhoon or whatever it is. So I'm not too worried about Japan. They're probably okay. I mean, thoughts and prayers and all that shit, but I mean, it's probably okay. What color will Sandra's outfit be? I'm feeling a pattern on her undershirt here with her boobies coming through. That just doesn't feel right. Fill that in. What kind of pattern? So, what the hell? Okay. The base color, we're gonna use the color for Gus's flesh because it's kind of a light pink color. Don't tell anybody I'm using Gus flesh pink. Because it's just a good... Have I played Doki Doki Literature? Yeah, I have. I absolutely have. I've drawn the Doki Doki people in the Problem Child style. If you give me a second, I'll pull that up. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Let's see where it did that go. Pull that up. There it is. I'm pretty happy with it. Teeth are all defined with lines. Okay, you got it. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this is like. Oh, I hate it already. Oh my god. That just changes the entire mood of this picture here. That's terrifying. Let's get rid of those as soon as we possibly can. It makes it look more comedic for some reason. It's weird that adding lines can make something look funny. Like actually like comedic. But whatever. Okay. So we wanted a pattern, so we're going to highlight her undershirt there. Let's go into our special brushes under patterns and give her some cool camouflage. Just kidding. What do we have? We got some kitties. No, there's doggies. There some dog. No, we're not gonna go with the doggies. We got rope. Nope. Clean cornrows. That just looks like pixels. Sharp cornrows. Messy cornrows. Spiky hair. Not there we go. Now we're getting to actual clothing patterns. Cherry blah. That I am here for that. We gotta get a good pattern of. And now we're gonna therapist ProChi characters. Yeah, yeah, for real. We're gonna brighten those up so they look more faded. And now I have no idea what's going on with that jacket. I feel like on top of that shirt, it's more like a very 80s outfit almost. Like if she wore like a light blue like that. Um, I think that's the flower pattern is the same thing I used for Nanette way back in episode 49. So maybe we don't want her to be wearing. She can just have the pink. We'll give her the Ricky Flesh pink shirt. That little hook is not supposed to be there, so we'll make that line look more organic. Okay, we need a color for. So we got. She looks like a. Yeah, she does. Okay. So we got pink with the undershirt. We got blue for Jody's dress. You know what? I'm going to see. Let's reverse the colors. That looks horrible. That also looks horrible. That doesn't look half bad. Unless someone objects, I think this is what we're going with. Is that kind of green? Oh, wait, maybe green's not great. I'll finish coloring it in, and then I'll mess with it after. Like I said, I don't know what looks good with women's fashion. You object? That is completely justifiable. We'll mess with the colors after I'm done filling it all in, so I can adjust them all at once. Although I feel like you may be just objecting to mess with me, which is also completely justifiable. Okay, we're gonna go to select color gamut. Oh, color gamut's up too high. Select that and the darker color. Lighter green. Let's bring up the luminosity. Bring up the saturation even. That's an 80s outfit right there. Let's bring down that luminosity. Maybe even more. Oh, that looks like shit. Shit. That. Oh, I don't know. I feel like Sandra would like Japanese pop music, but in a very secret way. She and Dylan have that. I'm kind of digging this pink and purple. I'm kind of digging it. I think that's what we're going with. Like I said, I don't know women's fashion. I don't know what looks good at all. So I might be off base here. It's a nice combo. Okay, I got one other person agreeing with me, so that's all I need. Going down here to the jeans color. That is, for some reason, attached to Dylan. We got Dylan's hair, skin, and then jeans. But a lot of people wear jeans, so... just for the fuck of it, we're going to use Aunt Maria's skin tone for the button on her jeans. You can decipher the symbolism with that if you'd like. Time for the background. I allocated myself 2 hours. We got 7 minutes to finish this, and it's not going to get done in 7 minutes. So, for the background, we are going to... Nice, darkish, reddish brown? That's not what I intended to do, so... That's too saturated. Okay, so... Get the line tool going. Big, nice, thick lines. Knowing, Yeah, I recycle skin colors for things that aren't skin colors a lot in Problem Child, actually. If you keep an eye out, I use Ricky's skin tone for girls' clothing a lot. I'll use Olivia's skin tone for anything that's just supposed to be like beige, because it's kind of a good beige color. No one is off limits. I've used I've used Sandra's skin tone for furniture a lot, actually. So if you see a piece of furniture in a scene that Sandra is not in, and you have the inclination to check, I'm gonna draw Gus without skin on his face and Sandra showing into a shirt. No one's gonna get that because that's an inside joke from this stream, but I would love to see that personally. So I mean, if you want to do that just to impress me, that's a good way to do it. But I don't think many other people are gonna get a kick out of that. They will. I mean, it'll be really fucking weird to them because they won't get it. But you know, I hate brick walls. I hate drawing brick walls. This is a horrible brick wall. I'm like not putting any effort into this. Is it wrong that I really want Sandra and Jody? I think they could be friends. But like, I think Jody would just be like, "Oh, Sandra, she's so grumpy," but like in a tongue-in-cheek kind of way. She's just like, "Oh, you big grump," and Sandra's just like, "I'm legitimately in so much pain," and Jody's just like, "Oh, you." I don't know what this is gonna do. I'm gonna mosaic, and then we're gonna, just to make it look a little weird, we're gonna mosaic, and then we're gonna blur and see what that looks like. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Tippy said rejoin when it posts on Insta. I don't know if I'm gonna do that again. I mean, you can just pay $1. It's only $1. I'm gonna center these ladies. But I think the blur works and get some depth of field. Do we want to put any color effects? Well, let's see. Let's go to tonal gradient map. Let's see, somber shade. We don't want somber. We want effect. Rainbow. Oh my, that is quite a lot. Let's try sunset purple. Sunrise gold. Sunrise purple. I think we got a winner there. If not when. In regards to what? That was a while ago. You have to remind me. And then we're going to bump that opacity down to 50 just to give it a bit of a color effect. So, gradient map, and we used sunrise purple. Set blending mode to multiply at. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to. We got some problem people last time I did it. Let's go ahead, blur the border. We're gonna go on 200. Here we go. It's like kind of like a. There we go. I feel like I should put some shading. I just don't have time to put shading effects on this, so we are gonna not do that. I don't think we need the color effect if they're in the spotlight. There we go. And then maybe a sign here in the corner. Says something like karaoke night. And then boop. And we'll make that bigger. We'll choose a different font because that's just the dialogue font for Problem Child. So we'll see right through that. They do kind of look like a standard routine, I'm not gonna lie, but too late to fix it now. What's this font? GG. I don't know. I'm just going through my huge list of fonts. And Magneto. That looks like disco kind of, so we won't go with that one. Mistral. That's modern number 20. Montserrat alternative black. That's just the Problem Child logo, so that's what we're going with. So what we're going to do is we're going to rasterize, duplicate, take the color, make it white. We duplicate that, take the color. I think since it's already white, we can't give it color, so we'll highlight it with a big old bright neon pink. That's more of a fuchsia, but that's almost the Problem Child. Hold on. RGB is 180, 0, 225, 175, 33. That's pretty close, but let's choose a different color. Big old bright, like a magenta. Go to not motion blur. Oh, Sandra, you grump. I'm going through withdrawals. There we go, and set the glow. There you. Oh, that looks kind of snazzy. All right, and then we want a drop shadow, so we'll take that bottom one. That looks kind of cheesy, but I think for our purposes. Do we want like music notes coming out, or maybe speed lines? Let's see what it looks like with speed lines. Hold on, let me add some speed lines. Clip Studio has a thing where you can just add speed lines by doing that. And then you just gotta mess with it, make it look nice. That, I don't know, it kind of looks good. But all at the same time, it looks really weird. What do you guys think? Speed lines or no? Pump up the density of the speed lines a little bit. Maybe set the blending mode to overlay. Oh, that makes it a bit more subtle. Even speed line. Yep. That I kind of dig it. Maybe make them a little less pronounced on the top and the bottom there. What do you guys think? Speed wagons, speed lines, or no speed lines? I will just sit here and wait for answers because I got nothing here. Yes, speed lines. That's what I was waiting for. Okay, I think this image is done then. Well, I think that will conclude the stream. You guys, thank you for all for coming. Be back tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Next week, next Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, to draw the next silly thing that people ask me to draw. See you guys then. Brian Ellis out.